Let me tell you something. There are moments in life when you'll find yourself standing all alone. You'll look around and it feels like the whole world has turned its back on you. It's not that you're cursed, no. It's because you are chosen. You're a person set apart, handpicked for a divine purpose. But let me tell you, the road to greatness is often a road of loneliness, a road of brokenness, and sometimes a road of discomfort. It's not a punishment. It's preparation. I know what it feels like to be alone, to be broke, to feel like you're walking through life with nothing but a dream. But understand this, the fact that you are chosen doesn't mean life will always be easy. In fact, it's the chosen ones who face the greatest trials. I'm here to tell you that it's not a curse, it's a calling. And when you understand that, when you embrace your divine assignment, you will rise up like never before, stronger, bolder, and destined for greatness. Today, we're going to uncover why the chosen ones are often alone, why they struggle, and why they are being prepared for something far greater than what they see in the mirror right now. You were never meant to blend in. You were born to stand out, to be different, to be set apart. From the moment you were conceived, there was a divine plan that marked you for something greater, something bigger than what the world could ever offer. The moment you realize this, the moment you come into the knowledge that you are not ordinary, that you are not just another face in the crowd, it will change the way you see yourself, and it will change the way you walk in this life. When I talk about being chosen, I'm not just talking about a superficial selection where you're picked because of your talents or your beauty or your accomplishments. No, I'm talking about being chosen by something far greater, a divine force that looked at you and said, I've got a special purpose for you. I'm going to separate you for this. And this separation doesn't feel good in the beginning, because when you're chosen, you're often left to walk a path that others can't understand. Many people want to fit in. They want to be accepted. They want to be like everyone else. But the moment you step into the understanding that you're chosen, that's the moment the game changes. You won't fit in anymore. It's like you've been pulled out of the crowd, not because you're better, but because you're different. And difference isn't always easy to navigate. People won't always understand why you make the decisions you do, why you're going down a path that looks more difficult, why you sometimes find yourself standing alone. But let me tell you, that's not a bad thing. Being chosen means you are set apart for something unique, something only you can do. There's a mission tied to your life that no one else can fulfill. The world will try to pull you into its mold, try to pressure you to fit into a certain pattern, but you were never made to fit in. You were designed to break molds, to shatter expectations, and to carve out a new way that others can follow. Think about the great ones who have walked before us. Every single one of them was chosen to be different, chosen to walk alone in many seasons of their life. They weren't ordinary. They weren't just like everyone else. They had something in them, a calling, a purpose that set them apart. And let me tell you something, if you are feeling the weight of being set apart, if you feel the loneliness, if you feel the pressure of walking alone, know that it is not by accident. It's because you are being prepared for something greater. God is molding you into the person you need to be for the journey ahead. There are times when the chosen ones walk alone because their purpose is so grand, so unique, that no one else can accompany them in that season. There are times when you'll find yourself isolated, and the world around you won't understand why you can't just go along with the crowd, why you're standing firm in your beliefs, in your vision, in your purpose. It's not for them to understand. It's for you to walk it out with faith, with courage, and with an unwavering belief that your purpose is bigger than the loneliness. Understand, the fact that you are chosen means you are being crafted for something special. The trials you face, the challenges you encounter, the moments when you feel alone, these are not signs that you're failing. No, these are signs that you are on the right path, even if it doesn't seem like it right now. The loneliness, the isolation, the feeling of being misunderstood, it's all part of the process of being separated, set apart, and chosen for greatness. Because the chosen ones were never meant to live ordinary lives. You are destined for something extraordinary, something that will shake the very foundations of this world. But before you get there, before you rise to the top, you have to walk through the valley, through the wilderness, through the fire of refinement. You have to be stripped of everything that would hold you back, everything that would cause you to settle for less than your calling. So if you find yourself alone right now, know this: it's not a sign of failure, it's a sign of purpose. If you feel the weight of being set apart, don't be discouraged. It's all part of the process. You are being prepared for something greater than you can see. And I promise you this, when the time comes, when the right doors open, when the right people step into your life, you will see that everything you've gone through, every moment of loneliness, every trial, every season of being set apart was all worth it. You are chosen, and nothing can change that when you find yourself in a season of brokenness, when everything around you seems to crumble. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that something is wrong, that you've done something wrong, or that somehow you're being punished. But let me tell you something today: brokenness is not a punishment. It is a preparation. It is the process by which you are being shaped, refined, and made ready for what's ahead. The chosen ones often experience brokenness in ways others can't even fathom, because the purpose they carry is so great, so powerful, that it requires them to be prepared in ways that others may never understand. You see, being chosen doesn't mean that life is going to be easy. If anything, it means you'll face challenges that seem insurmountable, obstacles that seem to have no solution, and trials that shake you to your core. But those who are chosen are not those who are exempt from hardship. They are the ones who are given the strength, the resilience, and the grace to endure when everything around them falls apart. When you're chosen, you don't get the easy road. No, you get the road that builds character, that builds faith, that builds strength. You get the road that forces you to lean on something greater than yourself, that forces you to trust even when you can't see the end, that forces you to believe when everything tells you to quit. And yet, in the midst of this brokenness, something incredible happens. You begin to see things from a new perspective. You begin to see the value in the struggle, the importance of the pain, and the purpose of every tear you've cried. You begin to understand that God is not trying to break you for the sake of breaking you. No, He is breaking off the things that would hold you back, the things that would keep you from becoming the person you were always meant to be. He is molding you, shaping you, and refining you into someone who can handle the greatness that is coming. But here's the thing: when you're in the midst of it, it doesn't always make sense. The brokenness hurts, the loneliness cuts deep, the struggle is real. And yet, it is in these moments that your faith is truly tested. It is in these moments that you discover what you're really made of. The world may look at you and see nothing but a broken person, someone who is down, someone who is out, someone who is struggling to make ends meet. But the truth is, you are not broken in the way the world thinks. You are not defeated. You are being made stronger, sharper, and more capable of handling the weight of the purpose that you carry. In fact, the brokenness you experience is necessary. It is the refining process that prepares you to walk into the fullness of what you are called to do. Without it, you would not be able to carry the weight of the glory that is coming. The things you've experienced, the hardships you've endured, the trials you've walked through, they are not wasted. They are your training ground. They are the furnace where your character is being tested and where your foundation is being built. God doesn't waste anything. Every trial, every hardship, every moment of brokenness has a purpose. It is all working together for your good. You may not see it now, but I promise you, there is a breakthrough on the other side of your brokenness. There is a moment of restoration, a moment where the pieces of your life will come back together in a way that only God can orchestrate. You may feel as though you've lost everything, but what you don't realize is that God is preparing to give you more than you ever imagined. He is about to restore what was lost and give you back more than you ever thought possible. But here's the key. You cannot give up in the process. You cannot allow the brokenness to define you. You cannot let the hardships make you think that you're not worthy of what's to come. You must stand firm even when everything is shaking. You must keep moving forward even when it feels like you're walking through the valley of the shadow of death. You must keep believing even when it feels like nothing is working, because the moment you give up is the moment you miss your breakthrough. The moment you quit is the moment you lose the chance to step into the fullness of your purpose. So if you are broken today, if you feel like you've lost everything, if you feel like you're standing at the edge of your strength, know that this is not the end. This is the beginning. This is the moment where your story is about to change. This is the moment where you are being prepared for the greatness that is on the other side of your brokenness. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are being shaped, molded, and prepared for something far greater than you can imagine. Don't let the brokenness fool you. It's not your ending, it's your beginning. And I promise you, when you rise from this season, you will rise stronger, wiser, and more equipped for the purpose you were always meant to fulfill. Your brokenness is not your end, it is the process that leads you to the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Hold on, keep going. The best is yet to come. There is something powerful about being chosen that many of us don't fully understand at first. When you find yourself walking a path that feels lonely, difficult, and even isolating, it's easy to question why you're the one who's been selected for this journey. Why you? Why must you endure things that seem unbearable at times? Why do you feel as though you've been separated from everyone else, left to walk alone while others seem to breeze through life, seemingly untouched by struggle? The truth is, being chosen is not about being exempt from difficulty, but it is about being set apart for something far greater than what your eyes can currently see. It's in those lonely moments that the calling on your life is being solidified. You see, God doesn't choose you for greatness because you are already great. He chooses you because He sees something inside you, something that is capable of withstanding the tests that will come. He sees the potential, the strength, and the perseverance that you don't even know you have yet. And sometimes that's why the journey is so hard. It's not because you're not worthy, but because the road you must walk is being prepared to refine you, to shape you, and to mold you into the person you need to be to fulfill the destiny that awaits you. The struggle, the loneliness, the trials you face, they are all part of the process of preparing you for the fullness of the calling that God has placed on your life. When you're chosen, you don't get the easy way out. You don't get to just coast through life without facing hardships, setbacks, and challenges that force you to grow. The world may tell you that success comes without sacrifice, that greatness comes without pain, but let me tell you, that's a lie. The truth is, every great person in history, every person who has risen above the challenges of life has had to walk through seasons of difficulty, seasons of loneliness, and even seasons of brokenness. But what sets them apart, what makes them different, is their ability to stand firm in those seasons and keep moving forward. You are no different. In fact, you were chosen because you have the resilience to withstand what others might fall under. You were chosen because there is something inside of you that refuses to give up, even when everything around you is falling apart. You might not see it now, but there is a strength within you that has been placed there by the very hand of God. It is this strength that will carry you through the darkest of times, through the most difficult of moments. But this strength is not something that just appears overnight. It's developed over time through the fire, through the pressure, through the moments when you felt like you couldn't go any further. It's in the isolation, in the moments of feeling like you're all alone, that this strength is born. You were never meant to walk this path with others beside you the whole way. There are times when you have to walk alone so that you can fully understand who you are, so you can hear the voice of God clearly, and so you can discover the depths of your own faith. The road of the chosen one is often a road of solitude. But it is in that solitude that the greatest revelations come. It is when you are alone, when you have no distraction, when the world around you is silent, that you begin to hear the whispers of your purpose. It is in the quiet that you discover the strength that lies deep within you, a strength that you may not have even known existed. The loneliness, the separation, the isolation, it all serves a purpose. It prepares you for the task that is ahead, a task that no one else can fulfill but you. And while the loneliness may feel overwhelming at times, Remember this, it is not forever. The season of separation is temporary. Just as the winter does not last forever, neither will your season of solitude. There will come a time when the right people will enter your life, when the doors that were closed will suddenly swing wide open, and when everything you've been working for will finally come to fruition. But in order to get there, you must first endure this season of being set apart. God has a plan for you that is greater than anything you could imagine. The purpose you carry is so significant, so important, that it cannot be entrusted to just anyone. It is only those who are willing to walk through the fire, to face the trials and tests, who will be able to carry it. The chosen ones are the ones who have been prepared for greatness through the very trials that others would run from. So if you're in a season of isolation right now, if you're feeling alone, if you're struggling to understand why things aren't going the way you hoped, know that this is part of the process. You are being prepared. You are being refined. The strength you're developing now will be the very thing that sustains you in the future. The lessons you're learning now will be the wisdom you draw upon when the time comes for you to step into your destiny. Every moment of loneliness, every moment of struggle, every moment of doubt, it is all working together for your good. It is making you into the person you were always meant to be. And remember, being chosen doesn't mean you'll be perfect. It doesn't mean that you won't have moments of weakness, moments of fear, or moments of questioning. But what it does mean is that you have been selected for something extraordinary, something that requires everything you have and more. The road is not easy, but it is worth it. The loneliness is not permanent, but the purpose is eternal. Keep moving forward. Keep trusting and keep believing that what lies ahead is far greater than anything you can imagine. The world may not understand why you walk the way you do, but you were never meant to blend in. You were made to stand out, to be different, and to fulfill a purpose that only you can accomplish. Keep going, for the best is yet to come. There are moments in life when you feel the weight of being set apart, when you find yourself standing alone in a crowded room, watching as others seem to move forward effortlessly while you remain stuck, wrestling with doubt, fear, and loneliness. It's a strange feeling, isn't it? To be chosen, but to be walking a path that feels like no one else can understand. To be selected for something greater than you can see, yet to feel as though you are fighting battles that no one else can even comprehend. When you are chosen, the path you walk is often one of difficulty, hardship, and isolation. But understand this, your isolation, your struggles, your feeling of being alone are not a sign that you are lost. Nor are they a punishment. They are preparation. You have been chosen because you are capable of enduring more than you think. You are being shaped, refined, and made ready for something so great that you will only realize it once you have made it through the trials that feel overwhelming. The chosen ones are often misunderstood. The world will look at you and wonder why you are facing the challenges you are facing. They'll question why you have to go through pain, why you are struggling with finances, with relationships, with purpose, and they'll assume that you've somehow fallen short, that you've done something wrong, or that God has forgotten you. But let me tell you, being chosen doesn't mean you're exempt from pain. It doesn't mean that everything will come easy. In fact, it often means the opposite. The chosen ones are the ones who are called to walk through fire, to endure the storms, to carry burdens that others cannot handle. The weight is heavy, yes, but it is not meant to crush you. It is meant to build you. It is meant to prepare you for the great calling that awaits you. And yes, the loneliness is real. The isolation is real. There will be times when it feels as though everyone else is moving ahead while you are stuck in place, wondering when your breakthrough will come. It may seem like no one understands what you're going through. The people you thought would stand with you may not be there when you need them the most. And it hurts, it stings. But in those moments of solitude, when you feel the most alone, it is in those very moments that God is working the deepest in your life. It is in the silence, in the stillness, that God can speak to you clearly. It is in the moments when you are alone that God can reveal your true purpose, your true calling. You see, when you're chosen, there are things God needs to teach you that only come through solitude, only come when you're stripped of distractions, when it's just you and Him. You don't get to discover your full potential when you're surrounded by noise, by people telling you what you should do, by the world giving you its opinion. Sometimes you must walk alone for a season so that you can hear God's voice more clearly, so that you can understand who you truly are and what you are truly called to do. There is something powerful that happens in isolation. It is where your character is built. It is where your faith is tested. It is where you are forced to confront the deepest parts of yourself, the insecurities, the fears, the doubts, and to face them head on. You are being refined in this process. You are being made into the person you need to be in order to handle the weight of the calling on your life. It's not easy. It's not comfortable, but it's necessary. Without this time of refining, you would not be ready for the destiny that lies ahead. The greatness you are destined for requires a strong foundation, and that foundation is built through the trials you face. But understand this, the isolation does not last forever. The brokenness does not last forever. The loneliness does not last forever. The process is not permanent, but the results are eternal. God is preparing you for something beyond what you can even imagine. When you come out of this season, you will be stronger, wiser, and more equipped for the assignment that lies ahead. The struggle you are going through now will not compare to the glory that is to come. You are being made into a vessel that can carry the weight of the vision you have been given. You are being transformed, not just for yourself, but for the impact you will have on the world around you. The chosen ones are not just called for their own benefit. They are called to impact the lives of others, to bring light into darkness, to bring hope to the hopeless. And yes, it may feel like you are walking this road alone, but you are never truly alone. God is with you, even in your darkest moments. He is walking beside you, strengthening you and preparing you for the next step. You may not see it right now, but every step you take, even when it feels like you're standing still, is leading you closer to your purpose. The breakthroughs are coming, the answers are coming, the doors will open, but you have to trust the process. You have to believe that God is working behind the scenes, even when you can't see it, even when you feel like nothing is happening. And remember this, being chosen does not mean you will never face difficulties. It means that you have the capacity to overcome them. It means that you are being equipped to handle what others cannot. It means that you have the strength, the courage, and the perseverance to see your vision through, no matter how difficult the journey becomes. The road may be long, but the reward is worth it. The breakthrough is worth it. The purpose is worth it. Keep going, even when the path is unclear. Keep walking, even when the road feels lonely, for you are chosen, and that is a destiny that no one can take from you. The season of brokenness, of loneliness, and of isolation will pass, but the lessons learned during that time will stay with you forever. And when you finally step into the fullness of what God has for you, you will look back and realize that every tear, every trial, every moment of solitude was worth it. You are being prepared for something greater than you can see right now. The road is hard, but the journey will be worth it. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your faith strong and keep moving forward, because the best is yet to come. There are moments in life when you feel like you've been thrust into a storm that no one else seems to understand. The winds of doubt blow fiercely. The waves of loneliness crash over you, and the weight of the world feels like it's pressing down on your shoulders. You look around and it seems like everyone else has found their way, that everyone else is living their purpose, walking their path with ease, while you're left behind, struggling to keep your head above water. And in those moments, it's easy to wonder, why me? Why do I feel like I'm going through this alone? Why does it seem like I'm the only one who's been chosen for this road of hardship, of isolation, and of seemingly endless struggle? But let me tell you something today. The loneliness you feel, the isolation you're experiencing, and the trials you're facing are not signs that you are being punished or that you've been forgotten. No, they are signs that you are being prepared, being chosen for something great. Doesn't come with a life of ease. It comes with a life of purpose, and that purpose demands preparation. It requires shaping, molding, and sometimes breaking in order to be made whole again. The road you're walking may feel difficult, and the weight you're carrying may seem unbearable at times, but I promise you this is all part of the process. The path of the chosen one is not easy because the calling on your life is great. The greatness you are meant to walk in is too significant for you to step into it without first being made ready. The struggle is not a reflection of your inadequacy. It is a reflection of your potential. You are being prepared for a purpose that is greater than anything you can imagine right now. In the midst of the struggle, you might feel like you are walking through this journey all alone, like no one truly understands the weight you carry. But let me assure you, you are not alone. You may feel isolated, but God is with you every step of the way. The chosen ones often walk in solitude, not because they are abandoned, but because their purpose requires a deep personal connection with their Creator. It is in the quiet, in the moments when everything around you falls silent, that you begin to hear the whispers of your purpose. It is in the stillness that you are being prepared to receive what you cannot yet see. The road may be lonely, but it is during this time that you are being molded, refined, and positioned for what is ahead. The process of being chosen is not meant to break you. It is meant to refine you. It is meant to strip away the parts of you that are not necessary for the great work you are called to do. It is in the moments of brokenness, when you feel like you have nothing left to give, that God is doing His most powerful work. You see, it is when you are weak that He is made strong in you. It is in the moments when you feel like you can't go on that He carries you through. The brokenness you feel is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a transformation. When God chooses you for something great, He doesn't leave you the same way He found you. He breaks you, reshapes you, and remakes you into someone who can carry the weight of the purpose He has for you. This breaking process can feel painful, and at times it may feel like you're losing everything. It may seem like you are being torn apart, but in reality, you are being put back together in a way that you've never been before. Every part of you that is being broken is being replaced with something stronger, something better, something more aligned with the purpose you are meant to fulfill. Every trial you face, every obstacle you overcome is building you into the person you need to be in order to step into the fullness of your calling. You are being shaped in the fire, and when you come out on the other side, you will be stronger than you ever thought possible. But here's the truth. You won't always understand why you're going through what you're going through. You won't always see the purpose behind the pain in the moment. It's in those times of uncertainty that your faith is truly tested. The chosen ones are not the ones who have everything figured out. They're the ones who trust even when they don't have all the answers. They are the ones who keep going even when they don't see the way forward. They are the ones who keep their eyes fixed on the promise, even when it seems like that promise is nowhere in sight. And yes, you may question why you've been chosen to go through such hardships. You may wonder why things aren't working out as you hoped and why the road seems so much harder for you than it does for others. But know this, the struggle is not in vain. Every trial you face is shaping you for the destiny that awaits you. The purpose that God has placed on your life is too great for you to walk into it without first being refined, without first going through the fire. The fire does not destroy you, it refines you, it purifies you, it prepares you for what is ahead. You may feel alone right now, but remember that God is working behind the scenes. He is orchestrating everything in your life for your good. The loneliness you feel, the struggles you face, and the obstacles that seem insurmountable are all part of the process of making you ready for the calling that lies ahead. The world may not understand why you're going through what you're going through, but the truth is, You are being prepared for something greater than what they can see. The isolation you experience is not a punishment, it is a preparation. The loneliness is not an indication of abandonment, it is a sign that God is working deeply in you. The struggles you face are not signs of defeat, they are the building blocks of the person you are becoming. Your brokenness is not your end, it is the beginning of a transformation. The best is yet to come. But first you must endure the process. When the breakthrough comes, when the doors open, when the purpose you've been called to walk in is revealed, you will see that every moment of struggle, every moment of loneliness, every moment of doubt was worth it. You will look back and realize that the very things that broke you were the things that built you into the person you were always meant to be. You will understand that being chosen doesn't mean being exempt from hardship. It means being prepared for greatness. The process may be long, but the reward is eternal. Keep going, keep trusting, keep believing. You are being prepared for something incredible, and the best is yet to come. When you're chosen for something greater, it's easy to think that it's supposed to be a seamless, effortless journey. You imagine that being selected for greatness would mean everything falling into place, that the struggles of life would somehow ease, and the road ahead would be lined with success. But the truth is, when you are chosen, you are also called to endure. You are called to walk a path that is different from the path that others walk, and that path is often one filled with challenges, isolation, and heartache. Being chosen does not exempt you from the trials of life. In fact, it often sets you up for greater tests, greater struggles, and greater hardships. But it is through these trials that your character is shaped and your purpose is realized. The world will often look at you and wonder why things are so difficult for you, especially when it seems that others who may not even be walking the same path are living a life of ease. It's easy to become discouraged when you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders and those around you seem to be untouched by the struggles you face. You may question, why me? Why am I the one who has to face these obstacles? Why does it seem like everyone else has it easier than I do? But understand this, you are not being singled out for punishment. You are being set apart for a greater purpose. The road ahead of you is not easy, but it is a road that leads to fulfillment. The challenges you are facing are not signs of your failure, they are signs of your potential. They are signs that God is working in you, shaping you, and preparing you for what lies ahead. When you are chosen, the weight of your calling is heavy. It's a burden that you are meant to carry, but only if you are willing to endure the hard times. You see, the burden of greatness is not for the faint of heart. It is for those who are willing to go through the fire, who are willing to face the storm, and who are willing to stand firm in the midst of adversity. The road of the chosen is not easy. The purpose you are called to walk in is significant, and therefore it requires you to be refined, to be made strong, and to be prepared to carry the weight of the responsibility. In the moments when you feel like giving up, when you feel like you can't take another step, remember that this is not the end of your story. It is just a chapter in the journey of becoming who you were meant to be. The isolation, the loneliness, the doubts, and the fears are all part of the process. It's in these moments that you are being shaped into the person you need to be to fulfill the purpose that lies ahead. It's in the moments when you feel the most alone, the most broken, and the most unsure of yourself that God is doing His most powerful work in you. You may not see it right now, but every trial you face is a stepping stone toward the destiny that God has for you. Every hardship, every setback, every heartache is not wasted. It is all working together to build the person you need to be to walk into your calling. You are being refined in the fire. And though the fire may be hot, it is purifying you. It is stripping away the things in your life that are not meant to go with you into the next season. It is breaking you down so that you can be built back up stronger, wiser, and more equipped to handle the challenges that lie ahead. The chosen ones are not the ones who have an easy road. They are the ones who go through the fire and come out stronger on the other side. They are the ones who face the storms of life and still stand firm. They are the ones who refuse to give up even when it seems like everything is falling apart. The chosen ones are the ones who keep going even when the road gets tough, because they know that what lies ahead is worth it. They understand that the pain of the journey is not permanent, but the reward at the end is eternal. As you walk through this process, there will be moments when you feel like you're walking alone. You may look around and see others succeeding, others moving forward, and you may wonder why you're still stuck in the same place. But understand this, your journey is unique. Your path is different. The isolation you feel is not punishment. It is preparation. There are times when God needs to pull you aside, away from the distractions of the world, so that he can speak to you, so that he can refine you, and so that he can prepare you for the greatness that is ahead. It is in those moments of solitude that your relationship with God deepens, your faith becomes stronger, and your purpose becomes clearer. The challenges you are facing are not a sign of God's absence in your life. In fact, it is often in the most difficult moments that God is closest to you. He is with you in the fire, walking beside you in the storm, carrying you through the darkest valleys. The chosen ones may walk through difficult seasons, but they do not walk alone. God is with them, guiding them and strengthening them every step of the way. When you feel like you can't take another step, when you feel like the weight of your calling is too much to bear, remember that you do not have to carry it alone. God is with you. He will never leave you, and he will give you the strength you need to keep moving forward. The isolation you feel now will not last forever. The loneliness will not last forever. The trials will not last forever, but the purpose you are called to will last for eternity. The journey may be difficult, but it is preparing you for something far greater than you can see right now. You are being shaped, you are being refined, and you are being made ready for what lies ahead. The greatness that is in you is being developed, and it will not be revealed until the right time. So hold on, trust the process, trust that God is working in you even when you can't see it. Trust that he is refining you, preparing you, and strengthening you for the purpose he has for your life. The road may be hard, but it is leading you to something incredible. The chosen ones are not those who never struggle. They are the ones who keep going even when the road is tough. They are the ones who persevere, who trust, and who hold on to the promise that what is ahead is worth everything they are going through now. And when you finally step into the fullness of your purpose, you will look back and see that every moment of struggle, every moment of pain, every moment of loneliness was worth it. Keep going. Your breakthrough is coming, and the best is yet to come. When you are chosen for something greater, your journey will often look different from those around you. You will notice that while others seem to walk a straight path, yours is filled with obstacles, delays, and detours. You will see people around you succeeding with ease while you struggle just to take the next step. You will feel as though you are constantly climbing, never reaching the peak. Always pushing forward, but never quite arriving. And in those moments, it's easy to wonder why. It's easy to feel forgotten, overlooked, or even cursed, but I want you to know something today. What feels like delay is not denial. What seems like a setback is actually a setup. What feels like failure is preparation for something greater than you can imagine. There is a reason why your journey is harder. There is a reason why things don't seem to come as easily for you as they do for others. It is not because you are unworthy. It is not because you are forgotten. It is because you are being refined. The weight of your calling is heavier, and that means the preparation must be deeper. You are being shaped for something that requires endurance, something that requires strength, something that requires unwavering faith. If the journey were easy, you would not be prepared for the magnitude of the purpose ahead. The chosen ones do not walk an ordinary path because they are not called to live an ordinary life. You were never meant to blend in. You were never meant to follow the crowd. You were never meant to walk the same road as everyone else. That's why no matter how much you try to fit in, you always feel different. No matter how much you try to follow the patterns of those around you, something always pulls you in another direction. You are set apart. You are being positioned for something unique, something powerful, something that requires you to be different. And being different means walking alone sometimes. It means carrying burdens that others don't understand. It means facing battles that others don't have to fight. You see, people who are not chosen can take shortcuts. They can take the easy road. They can skip steps and still seem to reach the destination. But when you are chosen, there are no shortcuts. You must go through the process. You must endure the refining fire. You must be tested in ways that others are not, because what you are being prepared for requires more. The weight of your calling demands a level of strength that can only be built through hardship. It demands a level of endurance that can only be developed through trials. You cannot rush this process. You cannot bypass the lessons. You cannot escape the journey. If you try to take shortcuts, you will find yourself unprepared for what is ahead. The doors that are meant to open for you require a version of you that is ready to walk through them. And that version of you is being shaped in the struggle. Think about it. Have you ever wondered why every time you get close to a breakthrough, something seems to block you? Have you ever noticed that just when it seems like things are about to get easier, another challenge arises? That is not a coincidence. That is the refining process. That is the preparation. Every time you are tested, every time you are stretched, every time you feel like giving up, you are being strengthened for what is coming. Every obstacle you overcome adds another layer to your foundation. Every struggle you endure builds another level of resilience. You are not being kept from success. You are being prepared for sustained success. You are not being denied your purpose. You are being positioned for it. There are things you are asking for, things you are praying for, things you are hoping for. But if they were given to you before you were ready, they would crush you. The doors you are meant to walk through require you to be strong enough to handle what's on the other side. The opportunities you are waiting for require a level of discipline, character, and wisdom that can only be developed through the trials you are facing now. You may not see it yet, but everything you are going through is preparing you for everything you have been asking for. And yes, it's hard. Yes, it's painful. Yes, it's frustrating when you see others getting ahead while you are still struggling. But don't compare your journey to theirs. Don't measure your success by their timeline. You are on a different path. You are being prepared for something greater. The people who seem to have it easy are not carrying what you are carrying. They are not being shaped for what you are being shaped for. Their journey is not your journey. Their destination is not your destination. Stay focused on your own process. Stay committed to your own growth. Stay faithful even when the road is difficult. You may feel like you are moving slowly, but slow progress is still progress. You may feel like nothing is changing, but every step you take is bringing you closer to where you are meant to be. The work is being done in you, even when you can't see it. The transformation is happening even when it feels like nothing is moving. The breakthrough is coming even when it seems far away. The chosen ones don't give up just because the road is long. They don't quit just because the journey is hard. They keep going, knowing that the process is necessary, knowing that the struggle is shaping them, knowing that what is ahead is worth everything they are going through now. There will come a time when you look back on this season of your life and realize that every tear, every hardship, every moment of doubt was part of the preparation. You will see that the struggles that once felt unbearable were actually the very things that made you strong enough to carry the blessings that were coming. You will understand that the delays were not rejections, but divine timing. You will recognize that the pain was not pointless, but purposeful. You will see that everything happened exactly as it needed to, in exactly the right time to bring you to exactly where you were meant to be. So don't despise the process. Don't resist the refining. Don't rush the journey. Trust that you are being prepared. Trust that every challenge is shaping you. Trust that every delay is positioning you. Trust that the struggle is not in vain. You are being made ready for something incredible, something beyond what you can imagine, something that will make every hardship worth it. Keep going, keep believing, keep pushing forward. The best is yet to come. There will come a time in your life when you begin to notice that the people you used to walk with are no longer beside you. The friendships that once seemed unbreakable start to fade. The connections you relied on begin to weaken, and suddenly you find yourself standing alone. It is in these moments of isolation that you begin to wonder, why am I always the one left behind? Why does it seem like I have to walk this road by myself? You look around and see others surrounded by support, moving forward with ease while you are forced to carry the weight of your journey alone. And the truth is, being chosen comes with a cost. That cost is isolation. That cost is walking a path that very few will understand. That cost is learning to stand in your own strength when no one else is there to hold you up. You must understand that when you have a calling on your life, not everyone can go where you are going. Not everyone is meant to walk beside you in every season. There are people who are only meant to be with you for a time, and when that time is up, they will begin to drift away. It's not personal. It's not betrayal. It's simply the reality of elevation. As you grow, as you step into the fullness of your purpose, the crowd around you will get smaller. Not because you don't love them, not because they don't care, but because your path is different. The higher you go, the lonelier it becomes. The greater your calling, the fewer people will understand it. And that is why so many chosen ones find themselves alone. Isolation is not punishment, it is preparation. It is in the quiet, in the solitude that you are shaped into the person you need to be. When you are surrounded by people, it is easy to rely on them for support. It is easy to find comfort in their presence. But when you are alone, you have no choice but to turn inward. You have no choice but to strengthen your own spirit, to deepen your faith, to develop the resilience that will carry you forward. This is why so many people who are called to greatness experience seasons of deep loneliness. Because those seasons are necessary. They are the training grounds for the battles ahead. They are the moments that forge unshakable strength, unwavering faith, and unbreakable resolve. If you look at the lives of those who have accomplished great things, you will notice a pattern. Every single one of them went through a period of isolation. They all had a season where they had to walk alone, where they had to endure hardship without a support system, where they had to learn how to rely on nothing but their own strength. And the reason for this is simple. If you cannot stand alone, you are not yet ready for the weight of your calling. If you are still dependent on the approval, validation, and presence of others, then you have not yet developed the inner foundation required to sustain greatness. People who are not chosen can afford to be surrounded at all times. They can afford to move in crowds, to depend on others, to be carried through life by those around them. But the chosen ones do not have that luxury. They must be strong enough to carry their own weight. They must be prepared to walk through seasons of loneliness without breaking. Because when the time comes for them to step into their purpose, they will have to stand alone. And if they have not been trained in solitude, they will not have the strength to withstand the pressure. So if you are in a season of loneliness, do not despair. Do not allow the absence of people to make you question your worth. Do not mistake isolation for abandonment. You are not being abandoned. You are being set apart. You are being prepared for something that requires you to be stronger than the average person. You are being molded into the person you need to be for the journey ahead. And though it may be painful, though it may feel like you are losing everything, you must trust that this season is necessary. You may be wondering, if I am chosen, shouldn't my journey be easier? Shouldn't I have more support? Shouldn't I be surrounded by people who understand me? But understand this, the chosen ones are given the hardest battles, because they are called to the highest levels. You do not become strong by being surrounded by comfort. You do not become wise by never facing adversity. You do not become resilient by having an easy path. The strength you need for your calling can only be developed through struggle, through solitude, through seasons of being misunderstood. And that is why you are walking this road alone. But hear me when I say this. You will not always be alone. This season of isolation is not forever. It is temporary. It is a refining process. And once it has done its work, once you have been strengthened and prepared, you will find yourself surrounded by the right people, the people who will walk with you in your purpose, the people who will understand your journey, the people who will support you in the way that you need, but they cannot come until you have been prepared. They cannot walk with you until you are ready. And that is why you must endure this season with faith, with patience, with the understanding that this is not the end, this is only the beginning. So do not resist the isolation. Do not fight the solitude. Embrace it. Learn from it. Allow it to shape you, to refine you. Because when this season is over, when you have been fully prepared, you will step into a life that makes every moment of loneliness, every tear, every hardship worth it. The isolation is not a curse, it is a blessing in disguise. It is the foundation upon which your future is being built. And when the time comes, you will look back on this season and realize that it was the greatest gift you could have ever received. Keep going, stay strong. You are being prepared for something far greater than you can see right now. There will be moments in your life when it feels like everything you do goes unnoticed. You pour your heart into your work, you dedicate yourself to growth, you push through the struggles, and yet it seems like no one sees you. No one acknowledges the effort. No one claps for you. No one recognizes the sacrifices you've made. You look around and see others getting praise, others being celebrated, others receiving opportunities that you know you are just as deserving of, if not more. And in that silence, in that loneliness, in that absence of recognition, doubt begins to creep in. You start to wonder, is it even worth it? Why am I putting in all this effort if no one seems to care? Why do I keep pushing if my work is never acknowledged? But let me tell you something, the chosen ones are often hidden before they are revealed. You are not being ignored. You are not being overlooked. You are being concealed. You are being protected. You are being prepared in the shadows, so that when the time comes for you to step into the light, you will be ready to stand in it without being shaken. This season of being hidden is not a punishment, it is a process designed to build you, to strengthen you, to refine you in ways that public success never could. Think about the seed buried beneath the soil. Before it can rise, before it can reach the sky, before it can bear fruit, it must first go unseen. It must first be covered. It must first grow in the darkness. And in that darkness where no one can see it, where no one is praising it, where no one is celebrating its progress, something powerful is happening. The roots are growing deeper. The foundation is becoming stronger. The strength needed to sustain the growth is being developed in silence. Because if the seed were exposed too soon, if it were brought into the light before it had fully developed, it would not survive. It would not have the strength to endure the storms that will come. You are like that seed. You are being hidden for a reason. Your growth is happening in a place where no one can see it, and that is by design. Because if you were given recognition too soon, if you were elevated before your foundation was solid, it could destroy you. Success without preparation is dangerous. Exposure before maturity can be a curse. And that is why you are in this season of silence. That is why it feels like no one is noticing your work. Because the work being done in you is not for the applause of people. It is for the fulfillment of your purpose. You must understand that validation from people is fleeting. One moment they love you, the next moment they forget you. One moment they praise you, the next moment they criticize you. If your strength is dependent on their recognition, then your foundation is weak. If your motivation comes from their applause, then your purpose is unstable. You must be rooted in something deeper. You must be grounded in something stronger. You must build in silence. Grow in obscurity, develop in the unseen places, so that when the time comes for you to be revealed, you will not be shaken by the opinions of others. This is why the chosen ones often feel invisible, because their preparation happens behind closed doors. Their transformation takes place in the quiet. Their strength is built in isolation. But when the time comes, when they have been fully prepared, when they have developed the wisdom, the endurance, the resilience that their calling requires, nothing can stop them. No opposition can shake them. No criticism can break them, because they have already been tested in the fire. They have already faced battles that no one saw. They have already built themselves into warriors in the unseen places. So if you feel overlooked right now, if you feel like your work is going unnoticed, if you feel like no one sees what you are doing, I need you to shift your perspective. You are not being ignored, you are being prepared. You are not being forgotten, you are being fortified. You are not being denied, you are being developed. This is not the time to seek validation. This is not the time to chase approval. This is the time to grow. This is the time to dig deep. This is the time to build yourself into the person who can handle what is coming. Because when the time comes for you to step into the light, when the doors open, when the recognition arrives, you need to be ready. You need to have the strength to carry what is coming. You need to have the wisdom to handle the responsibility. You need to have the endurance to sustain the success. And that kind of preparation does not happen in front of an audience. It happens in the quiet. It happens in the unseen. It happens when no one is watching. So do not despise this season. Do not grow weary in the silence. Do not let the lack of recognition make you doubt your worth. You are not being overlooked, you are being refined. And when the time is right, when you have become everything you were meant to be, you will emerge. And when you do, you will not only be ready, you will be unstoppable. There will come a time in your journey when everything around you seems to be falling apart. No matter how hard you try, no matter how much effort you put in, it feels like nothing is working. Doors that were supposed to open remain shut. Plans that once seemed certain begin to crumble. People who once stood beside you start to walk away. It feels like you are losing everything, like every step forward comes with 2 steps back. And in those moments, it's easy to feel defeated. It's easy to look at your life and wonder why things are not coming together. It's easy to start questioning if you are even on the right path. But what if I told you that the breaking is not the end? What if I told you that what feels like destruction is actually preparation? What if I told you that the reason everything is falling apart is because something greater is being built? When you are chosen for something greater, you cannot carry the weight of your old life into your new season. There are things that must be stripped away. There are habits that must be broken. There are relationships that must end. There are environments that you must leave behind. And often, this process does not happen gently. It happens through hardship. It happens through loss. It happens through moments that feel unbearable. Because the things that no longer serve you, the things that cannot go with you into your destiny, will not leave easily. And that is why the chosen ones often go through seasons where everything seems to be falling apart. But you must understand that when things fall apart, they are not falling apart to destroy you. They are falling apart to make room for what is meant to be. There are things in your life that you have been holding on to that are not meant to go where you are going. There are attachments that you have formed that are keeping you from stepping into your full purpose. And because you will not let them go willingly, they must be removed forcefully. This is why the chosen ones often experience deep loss before they step into their calling. Because there is a stripping away that must take place. There is a cleansing, a purging, a removing of everything that would hinder what is coming next. You may feel like you are losing everything, but you are actually gaining clarity. You are gaining strength. You are gaining wisdom. Every broken plan is making room for something better. Every lost relationship is creating space for something greater. Every door that is closed is redirecting you to something higher. What you see as loss is actually alignment. What you see as failure is actually repositioning. What you see as destruction is actually transformation. But here's the hard truth: transformation is not comfortable. Growth is not easy. Becoming who you are meant to be will require you to let go of who you used to be, and that process is painful. It is unsettling. It will challenge you in ways you never expected. It will test your faith. It will stretch your endurance. It will push you to your limits, because purpose is not given to those who are not willing to be shaped for it. Destiny is not handed to those who refuse to be molded by the fire. If you are chosen, you will be tested. If you are called, you will be refined. If you are meant for something greater, you will be broken down so that you can be rebuilt stronger. Think about a building that is being renovated. Before anything new can be constructed, the old structure must be torn down. The weak foundations must be removed. The unstable parts must be demolished. The space must be cleared so that something stronger, something greater, something more powerful can be built in its place. And that is exactly what is happening in your life. You are under construction. Everything that is breaking apart is simply making way for something better. The relationships that have ended, the opportunities that have been lost, the plans that have failed, they are not signs that you are cursed. They are signs that you are being prepared for something higher. But the question is, will you trust the process? Will you have faith when everything around you is crumbling? Will you hold on even when it feels like you are being torn apart? Because the truth is, most people give up in this season. Most people cannot endure the breaking. Most people do not understand that the pain is part of the preparation, so they walk away before the breakthrough comes. They abandon the process before the transformation is complete. And in doing so, they forfeit the greatness that was meant for them. But you are not most people, you are chosen. You are being shaped for something extraordinary. And that means you must endure what others cannot. You must stand firm when others would fall. You must keep going even when everything in you wants to quit. Because if you can survive this season, if you can make it through the breaking, if you can trust that everything is falling apart for a reason, then you will see the purpose behind the pain. You will see the beauty in the rebuilding. You will see that what felt like destruction was actually deliverance. So do not resist the breaking. Do not fight the transformation. Do not hold on to what is being removed. Let go. Trust the process. Believe that everything happening right now is leading you to something greater. Because when the rebuilding is complete, when the transformation is finished, you will look back and realize that what you thought was the end was actually the beginning of something more powerful than you ever imagined. Keep going. The best is yet to come.